It's a goal! Can you believe it? It's extraordinary.
One of the new gun recruits for Port Adelaide, their pick 5, future leader, they think. 12 Sandford games last year, so he has played against men, and we are underway. Smith.
It's going to be exciting for Adelaide fans. I mean, to get Brodie Smith and Brad Crouch back in the lineup, it's like picking up 2 gun recruits that cost you nothing.
Seedsman had a great first half of the season last year. He has blasted that to Eddie. Eddie felt for contact, and Eddie will get a free.
Being in front's not always a great position to be, but this man needs to get the ball rolling again. Had a down year last year.
And won't make any mistake from there. Eddie's on the board. Adelaide's on the board. Teams that want to get as many players as they like around the back pocket. Ball in. Eddie got up and got himself one early. Eddie Betts. But the knock to his advantage. Atkins bent down. Sloan. Brad Crouch. Space for Douglas. To Lynch. Jenkins feeds it back to set it up. And open space aplenty. And the mark taken by Fogarty. 10 AFL games as a forward last year, but played in defence in the SANFL. The majority of the time he was down there. Still trying to develop him as a forward, the Adelaide Crows, and that is a delightful kick. Yeah. And they needed it.
Mobile, accustomed to the size, accustomed to the pace and everything else that's happening around the game.
Hardigan, Miller, Otten, Sloan, Ellis Yeoman. Getting it to Murphy. To the pocket. Josh Jenkins, who protected the drop zone beautifully there.
I think you review everything when that's the case in a year that they had.
I didn't see a little short pass, that's sloppy marking.
So Tom Lynch gets a chance at goal. Most score assists in the AFL the past 3 years combined. Tom Lynch has been a fantastic player, but underappreciated.
You tend to talk more about the good ones you get, not the ones you lose.
Man advantage.
Ellis Yeoman pumps it long, early leap, and he's brought it down, Murphy.
Wow.
When you're about to release it.
As I said, Jason Dunster with us today, 1,254 of them.
And very old-fashioned, though.
But still, traditionally, a good setup, a good routine, and a stable head and stable hold is the way to go. Lysette knocks it down. Eddie, right spot, right time. Every time.
You just see they want to go, the Crows. Every time they mark the ball, they turn. They want to move the ball immediately forward.
Eddie! And hard from Jonas. He gave him the free.
They look slick today.
So after being 3 goals down in the opening term, Adelaide, they're now in front by over a goal. Ellis Yeoman spent that before he'd earned it. Mops up his little mess. Did pretty well in the end.
Gee, that was arrogant, wasn't it? Just
way too easy.
The tackle.
Lynch, Brad Crouch, stand start, goes to full forward. Edward, well protected, Eddie Betts. So mongrel inside 50 that might work. Eddie, that was the easiest one he's had all afternoon.
He's human.
He is only just. Seedsman.
Oh, beautiful.
He dance-stepped Rockcliffe to the point that he was on the side that he wanted. Hit the belly of the ball, got it to full forward, back with the flight. And Burton thought about taking it through. Eddie, too clever. Wanted goal of the year early. Sloan hits a good spot with that again. Eddie lurking, caused confusion. Oh, Jenkins, a little too casual, got a free for high.
I think he paid that to himself.
Yep. And he had a smile after he got it too.
Clever play.
As I mentioned, Port Adelaide led by a couple of goals at one stage, but the Adelaide Crows threatening to take a handy break in at half-time. Smith fed it back to Kelly. Miller. Port with numbers back. That's a 50-metre penalty. And that's going to bring him within range. Pick 17 initially. So the Adelaide Crows have always thought that he had a bright future as Millerer. Squeezes it inside with 1 minute 30 left in the quarter. For the flag again, as they were the year prior. Eddie stays down here. Josh Jenkins flies to outstanding Crumman with the outside of the boot. That is an absolute ripper. Kick by Riley Knight.
That's a quality Crumman goal, isn't it? At pace, reading the ball off the pack, and then the finish where he had to negotiate a little bit of traffic. Got himself in a beautiful spot. And look at the finish. Underneath the attempted smother.
25% of the amount of times the teams won it back. I mean, he's been...
Houston did okay in the end. Body on the line. Eddie was lurking. Oh, there's the turnover. Look out. The Rat can go all the way home. Atkins, a bounce, sizes them up, and that is outstanding.
They've taken control. I mean, Duday's actually controlling this back line at the moment.
Hardigan wide, and Tex almost kickable by his standards. Long way out, tough angle.
It's good to see.
Over the 14 games last year for Tex. He's given it a run.
I'll back him.
As good as it gets from Taylor Walker.
This the gap between these two teams right now is that the Crows can pick off targets at will and walk the ball down the ground, really.
Matt Crash to Smith. Delivery to the pocket was good, but the attempted mark from Riley Knight wasn't as good. Burton turns it over. Eddie. No way, Eddie. Oh, boy, is Eddie on early this year.
That is just ridiculous.
I saw quite a lot in him. Still haven't probably seen the best of him.
Gee, that was a horrible kick.
Otten to Walker.
That's the beauty of the zone. When you win it back, you're going to have players already free, already in space.
Certainly had more polish and more structure, the Adelaide Crows. And Riley Knight has kicked a couple of really good goals this afternoon. Watts pops the pass. Butters couldn't quite trap it and go as he wanted to. Can they stop the rot here, the Crows? Smith. Outside of the boot, it'll work. Fogarty.
Shanked it, completely shanked it off the side of the boot.
The new rules are working. Fogarty in the meantime to make this a 2-kick margin. And the Crows fans rise and breathe a sigh of relief, but there's still 4 minutes left.
Let's hope there's no ligament damage. Just a sprained ankle would be a good result.
Yeah, not the ankle that he's had the Achilles problem, hopefully. Chase Jones pumps it towards goal. Pick 9 in last year's draft. Done some nice things.
Unassisted. It's a good sign.
So the Adelaide Crows come from 3 goals down to hold on and essentially win by 3 goals. 17 points the final margin in 42-degree heat. A shortened game, but a very, very enjoyable game and a high-scoring game. Adelaide with 16 goals and Port Adelaide with 14 goals for the afternoon.